Democrats in the House yesterday passed the Raise the Wage Act, which would hike the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. It's not going to be taken up in the Senate, so it's not going to become law, but it could become law eventually if Dems take control. This is one of the many horrible things they plan to do, and I do think it's horrible. I know it seems on this, like so many Democratic policies, especially in the economic realm, it seems on the surface compassionate and like they're concerned about working Americans and so on. But when you stop to think about it for just 5 seconds, you realize how bad it really is. You're saying that if the minimum wage is $15 an hour, you're saying that it's impossible that anyone in America could do work for an hour and the work they perform could be worth less than $15. You're saying that's impossible. All the work that's being done across the country in any given hour, all of it is worth at least $15 an hour. I don't think that's true. I'll give one example. We could all point out examples, but just one example. I went to McDonald's the other day, as I have the unfortunate habit of doing on occasion. And McDonald's now, most of McDonald's I go in now have those automated things where you can order touch screen things. But I usually avoid those because they're touch screen. And so you can see the finger smudges on them. And I don't want to touch that thing. I mean, how often are those things washed? It looks like they're never washed. I don't want to put my hand on a thing 100 other people have touched right before I'm about to eat. It's gross. When I can see their gross, greasy, disgusting hand marks on it. So then I went to the cashier. And so here's how that interaction went verbatim. And as I said, we've all had interactions like this. So I walk up, the cashier goes, "Can I help you?" Yes, I'll have the large number 1, please. Thank you. That it? Yes. That's $6.57. Oh, actually, sorry. Can you change that to a medium? Okay. And that's how it went. Now, let me ask you, somebody like that, someone who that's all they do. That is the amount. They can't even be troubled to enunciate their words. Like, they can barely even put in the effort to speak. They're barely sentient. You're almost watching them melt in front of you into this just lump of matter. They're barely even there. Because of how utterly disinterested they are, and not only disinterested, but ticked off that you're there. You know, the kind of person where you go into one of these places and they're so unpleasant and so miserable that they make you regret coming in. You are less likely to come back because of people like that. They make you feel guilty for being there, where you start to question yourself. You start saying, "Oh, geez, maybe I shouldn't." You start feeling bad, like maybe I should have just gone and hunted for deer or something for my lunch. I don't want to. I feel like I'm putting this person out or something. But this is their job. This is what they do. They came in, they put on the visor, they put on the name tag. This is all they can do. This is what they're getting paid to do. You might as well put a little effort in. They don't want to put any effort in. So with someone like that, are they worth 50 automatically worth is doing that? Sighing, rolling your eyes, "Can I help you?" Yeah. Is that automatically worth $15 an hour? Especially when there's a machine that can do exactly that without the attitude. Now, on the other hand, you do have occasions, and usually this happens in a Chick-fil-A, as we all know, but not always. There are times when you go to a fast food place and the cashier is super nice and helpful and cheerful, and they've got a smile on their face, and they something screwed up, or you have to make a change, and they're just very accommodating and welcoming, and they make you feel good. They make you want to order just more food just to reward them, which they make you want to come back. They're putting in maximum effort, right? I mean, you're punching things into a cash register. The way that they make these things at fast food, it's like they're just pictures of the things that you don't even have to read. So someone like that, they know they could be putting in almost no effort. Instead, they put in all of the possible effort they can into this job because they're saying to themselves, "Look, this is what I'm doing. It's not what I want to do with the rest of my life. I don't particularly enjoy it. I wouldn't do it for free. But since I'm doing it, since this is what I'm getting paid to do, I might as well do a good job. And so that's what they do. Now, someone like that, I think those are people who, I mean, they could be worth $30 an hour. They could be worth $50 an hour. If they're that good at their job and they make you as a customer want to come back, they're worth a lot of money to the company because they're making money for the company. So I think you get rid of the minimum wage, and here's what the situation should be behind any fast food counter. It should be a situation where there are people working back there who are making $35 an hour, and there are people who are making 35 cents an hour. That's how wide the gap should be between wages, because that's how wide the gap in effort is. If you work at a Burger King or something and there's no minimum wage and you find that all of a sudden you're getting paid $2 an hour because you're just a miserable employee who puts in no effort and makes everyone around you feel terrible just for being there, well, then you could look at your coworkers who are making so much more and you could say, oh, I want it. That's what I want. Well, it's very simple to get there. All you have to do is put in the effort.